It's very catchy, but it's like Skubo.
Some say it's scuba, like scuba diving or something, but it's not that.
Yeah.
We had that kind of a college band, that we used to when we were like just starting up.
But she is the newest member.
But she is the like finest and solid
Yeah.
from all of us. Like.
Yeah. Marshall, what do you think you're made of? Like,
Tibetan,
could it be a combination, right?
Mongolian.
half Japanese maybe. I'm just kidding.
He wants to be half Japanese.
I think I'm good being Garo.
Like I told you.
It was just not just Garos. I had a lot of Khasi friends, a lot of Bengali friends, a lot of Nepali, Assamese friends.
Can you imagine the garam masala being made in Meghalaya? This is from the Garo Hills.
It's Khasi treasure.
Duitara.
Duitara.
Hi.
Hello.
Paulina, it's so lovely to have you.
Nice to be here. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming. Is it your off day?
It's my off day today, yes.
But it's so lovely to have you. We've been wanting to do a Garo episode for a long time, but I've been in touch with Marshall, but he kept saying that, we are not free. And then when you guys were free, I wasn't free. So today is a great day.
Everything aligned today.
Yeah, everything aligned today, yeah. So I can call you guys, collectively, the Skubo Project, right? It is a Garo fusion collective from Meghalaya whose name Skubo embodies the spirit of wishing, yearning, and standing for what you love. Skubo Project has become an active voice in both the Delhi and Meghalaya music circuits. The band is also officially registered under the CM MGMP Chief Minister's Meghalaya Grassroots Music Project, initiating, supporting and promoting homegrown talent from the state. Their live portfolio includes performances at the National Day at Uzbekistan. Okay, at the embassy in Delhi, that's really cool. The Meghalaya Grassroots Rhythm Showcase at India Gate, the Pineapple Fest at Delhi Heart, Delhi Fashion Week 2025, and noted stages such as the Big Basement Jam. So, Paulina, you are a Delhi-based vocalist, you're a music educator, performer, whose work bridges teaching and live performance. You are currently a music teacher at the Delhi School of Music. Wow. You're also a choir director and an in-house artist at the Delhi School of Music, as well as a member of the band Skubo. Yeah. Your journey reflects a blend of discipline, creativity, and a deep love for music. So, did you plan this journey for yourself? Were you like that aware to do a master's in English and then you ventured into music? How did that happen?
So I've always loved music since I was a child, and I've also loved reading. So these are two parts that I was always very sure about, that I'm going to do maybe English literature because it's just a very natural thing for me to read and spend my time reading. And also music is a huge part of my life, right? It runs in the family. My dad is a musician. He's, although he's in the force, he's a graded radio artist, and my mom also loves music, right? And she also serves as a youth choir director in the church. So it just runs in the family like that. And I've been training since I was 13. Like I started with Hindustani music.
What?
And then, yes.
So cool.
I gravitated towards Western because it's just a very natural thing for me. I always loved pop songs, rock songs, always sang them. And yeah, that's how I started. And then I came to Delhi for my bachelor's in 2016. And that's when I thought, what if I optimize my time here and I also do what my second love is, which is music. So I got into Delhi School of Music and I started training there as well. And after I graduated, it was my mentor who said, you have a natural knack. Why don't you, discover if you like teaching or not, if you like teaching music or not. And I was like, okay, let's give it a try. And then as soon as a vacancy opened, I interviewed, I gave my audition, and they liked me, and here I am.
Wow.
That's my journey.
That's like a big deal, no? Because it's very difficult to get into a school like the Delhi School of Music. Even as a parent, my daughter wanted to get herself trained in this school, but it's been difficult. We are still in the queue for the last 4 years. So Kudos to you, yeah. So, the two of you, right? I mean, you're a part of their band, which I didn't know. How did that happen?
We have been friends. It's been a long time. We have been performing
Almost eight,
together.
9 years.
So
Yeah.
like, I came in the year 2015. She came the next year. So like, it was like hard to find singers. So I was just like searching, looking for people, and then I got to know Paulina through friends, and that's how we like connected. And then she was also like into music. I was all into music, so we just like jam, and then it just happened like that.
It was very organic.
Very organic. It just
Yeah.
clicked. Yeah.
And I've known Richard also for a long time.
Yeah.
And we've performed together in various contexts, no? And we gel well, our personalities match.
So this band, actually, it's a requirement that we needed someone with deep musical knowledge and vocal understanding, and she fits the bill. So that's how we approached her, and she agreed. That's how we came about.
So I do understand that the band was formed in 2010. Where did the band happen?
Oh, it's
Like, actually, I can trace back those times when we got started.
It's Richard.
Yeah,
He
well,
is the guy.
this started while I was studying Martin Luther, of course, doing music and then there was like my classmates.
Martin Luther, right?
Martin Luther.
So you
yes.
must be like a very young kid.
Not really. I was like pursuing my BA actually, Martin Luther.
Okay.
Yeah, after my 12th.
Okay.
And then, yes, we were playing traditional folk music around like for class performances. We used to do that, and also some local gigs and all that. And then it occurred to us that we required a name, like for us, like so that we can represent the culture. And then we wanted some Garo word for it. I came up with that word actually just randomly to just go Skubo, just a Skubo. And it happened that the lineup kept changing because due to availability, because sometimes some members may not be available, so we keep on changing the lineups. And then it happened that everyone had to go on their own ways, pursuing their own careers, and it dissolved that particular moment in that period. But then when I came back to Tura after my studies, whatever, it was that time the COVID was actually present.
COVID times, yeah.
There
So
was
I
like
also had to go back home, and then there was
Exactly.
nothing to do. It was just staying idly. So
That's how-
it was like I called him up, and then let's do something, like creative, get busy. It's like everyone's like laid back, getting.
there was like a wave of musical activities going on during COVID, yeah. And then of course we knew each other like since our like college days.
So yeah, we have been
Like,
friends since college.
yeah.
I met him in my college.
In your college, which is in because you were in Garo Hills, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Garo and Khasi like
So
on
you
and off,
came.
yeah.
You went to Shillong for your further studies, right? So you met him in Shillong.
no,
No,
since
we were together in. We studied in Don Bosco College.
Bosco
Tura.
College, 11 and 12
So we
together.
did our 11 and 12.
Okay.
So that's where I met her.
We had that kind of a college band, that we used to when we were like just starting up. We wanted to play and all that, and then we did some
And
things.
it's always like there are like factions where like people, they're like bands, like we're always like competing with each other.
So
like a
do you
club.
have a lot of bands back there in Garo Hills? A lot of musical bands.
there is a lot.
Lots of
Yes.
Yeah.
There's many talented musicians out
Local,
there. Yeah.
right? Yeah. Are they like you guys are known to be musically inclined? The entire Garo race, right? And Skubo means it embodies the spirit of wishing, yearning, standing for what you love. It is an actual Garo word.
It means like to keep desiring for what you love. Like
Skubo, Skankubo.
like Skankubo, like it's short for Skankubo, but it's just Skubo, like I shortened.
I actually thought it was. I'm like, Skubo, I've not heard of this English name, but what is it? So I'm like, yeah.
Well, there's like
It's very catchy, but it's like Skubo. Yeah.
some see it's scuba, like
Yeah.
scuba
Yeah,
diving or
yeah,
something,
yeah,
but it's not that.
Yeah. And it was a chief minister's initiative that actually got you to the front row. Like, You guys were performing, then someone noticed you from the ministry, or what? How did it happen that you guys are known now?
Back then, it was only like circles. We do like small events. It's not. Um, we are just like recording and uploading.
Okay.
Not really performing. Not really performing on like big stages
Like
during those
to put
times.
it that way, like while it was going on, let me continue the COVID thing. Okay, so I'll just put it like together. So he came back to Tura, and after that, of course, we started meeting and reconnecting again, and then we started doing sessions and gigs around like places and recording stuff. Just we did not release it actually, just for ourselves and all that, and under the name Skubo Project. Actually, the project was added later because the lineups keep changing. So I wanted that name added so that people can come and go. They can,
It's not just a band. It's like a project.
they can collaborate and they can still be a part of the band, right? From then on, like we started looking for some solid members, like to play and make it an actual band. I moved here to Delhi and he helped me settle. And from then on, we started doing gigs, more and more gigs, some sessions and all that. And eventually, like through mutual connections, like we reconnected with her as well. And then,
But she is the newest member.
but she is the like
Right?
finest and solid
Yeah.
from all of us. Like.
Yeah. She's the newest member. Yeah. So how are you finding life with the boys?
It's great. It's fun.
Yeah.
They keep you on your toes, right? But it's nice. We gel along really well. So it's just, it doesn't feel like we're starting from scratch. We have a natural rapport, and our personalities, our musical tendencies, they all align together. So it's nice.
Okay. And is it also easier that you guys are linguistically also connected? Is it easier?
We do have a non-Garo band member as well. And I
Oh.
think, the drummer. So he gets along with us really fine. Yeah, I think it's not just about that. It's maybe about personality and I think the linguistic aspect would be musically, if you're like linked together.
I mean, that's what I meant.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Because, I do see, when we were young, we got to know about the Wangala dance. And I do know that it's about the sun. That's what I know. It's about worshipping the sun god. So, what is more to the Wangala than what we know, is the Khasis. Yeah.
So basically, it's just a massive thank you to the sun god, right, for the harvest. And it's usually very rhythmically driven. There's a lot of beats going on, this coordinated movement, dance. So it just brings the spirit of community, dance, gratitude, music, all in a very integrated way. Like, we're just giving thanks, we're offering gratitude, and we're dancing to it. It's just a celebration. And a feast, that's common for Wangala.
Yeah, the feast. No, I did see, yeah. I did go to one Wangala dance event, I think, where people were eating from banana leaves. Is it like still there, the culture?
Very much.
Yeah?
Yes, very much. We also make rice cakes in banana leaves. It's just a very natural thing about the Garo culture.
Okay. So music got you to Delhi, that's what you're saying?
Well, kind of, but something which we all requires that to earn a living.
Okay.
So in my course of time, I just moved in to join some MNC companies. So that's my core reason I came to Delhi. But of course, also pursue like music.
Music, right? Yeah. It becomes difficult, right? I think because your love for music is the first love, right? I think from the Northeast, just a few of us who kind of get the opportunities, right? Especially when you're talking about bands. But I think the Chief Minister has really done his bit to uplift, especially I'm talking about the rural population here, right? And he's made indigenous like the best things, right? Like I have this wine and this garam masala. Can you imagine a garam masala being made in Meghalaya? This is from the Garo Hills, and then you see this it's like a Swiss knife, and so craft, music, food. I think this government has done a lot. Yeah. You guys have been the receiver of all the good things that they have been doing. How do you feel?
Well, just we have to start by saying actual thanks to the Honorable Chief Minister, because we didn't get a chance like after like he did a lot for us. We were recently like signed up for the
Sign up for
MGMP.
MGMP,
Like,
that is
we have to sign it up as a
government
band.
initiative. We are now part of the grassroots music project.
Grassroots music
Yeah.
project, yeah. It has been a major game changer actually.
Yeah.
And yes, you're right, we have also been in the receiving end, and a lot of musicians, about maybe 7,000 plus, have benefited from this initiative across 12 districts. It has funded a lot of performances in cafes, streets, squares, and brought a lot of employment for the youth. And it's less about exposure now and more about providing sustainable income for performers, for sound managers, event managers, sound engineers, who create music, who create the music instruments for them too. And yeah, as Skubo, we're very, very fortunate to be under this umbrella of musicians.
Yeah. Good times rolling, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You know, as a teacher, so I have a daughter who's so interested in music and all that. I want to ask you, what is your ideal student? Is it talent? Is it discipline?
So, in my experience, the ideal student is not always the naturally gifted one, but it's the most consistent one. Yes, and you know how music exposure, like the musical growth, is very exposing. You're always confronted by what you cannot yet do. So that student needs to be able to sit with discomfort and grow through that journey and also be receptive. And it's that student who evolves more meaningfully. So curiosity, creativity, willingness, interest, and consistency. Those are important traits.
I'm going to tell my daughter that. Yeah. But then when you handle a choir, okay, you're handling a diversity, right? So how do you kind of put them together in a room and teach them?
So it's all about working with what the student is good at naturally. So supposing the student has a high range, they're immediately going to sopranos. If they have a mid range, they're going to altos. So we're working with their strengths. And in a choir, it's not about who's the most perfect one, right? It's about uniformity. No one has to stand out. So essentially, we're just working with people's strengths and grouping them together so they can blossom in their own fields. That's how a choir runs, and it's all about that sync. We need to be synced up, and nobody essentially has to take that center stage, unless of course it's a solo. That's a different thing.
Yeah, you're working as a team.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Any stories that you have from your performance? Any memorable performance three of you have had as a band?
For me, I think personally, for me, the most favorite one was the Delhi Fashion Week.
Okay, that's 2025?
25, yes. It was just like, we struck a rare balance there. We were just genuinely enjoying ourselves on stage, whilst also being a part of something larger than the music, right? And it felt like we were actually contributing to the glamour factor, because there was this natural synergy, the energy of the runway and our very upbeat set. So it felt like we were contributing to it rather than just accompanying it.
That's
so
so
for
nice.
me, that was the most it moment. And of course, the exposure through other media platforms that we got afterwards was a really nice affirmation. Of course, the other members might have a different answer.
No, quite. I'd go with that. The same answer.
Same answer.
Marshall, what about you?
For me, I think last year Pineapple Festival.
Yeah.
The first half was not as smooth, because like it happened for 3 days, right? So first half, like for first 2 days happened at India Gate. So basically, it's just tourists, visitors, and they didn't came there for the like music. But then it just managed somehow. But then on the last final day, we had fun. Like everyone was there, everyone, like packed. People really came for the music. No, we had so much fun from beginning till the end. It was like fire, Yeah.
So it's like basically like whatever gigs it is, if we have a connection with the crowd and we're enjoying ourselves, that naturally will be the best one. Like it's not that particular one, like it's all the gigs that we're performing, and if it's that, so we feel that that would be.
Richard is so diplomatic, right? He was like, I'm going to keep myself safe. The Pineapple Festival should keep inviting us. The fashion show should keep inviting us.
Or should I put another gig that?
No, we'll stay with your answer.
You're too cute. I think they will, You're so sweet. They definitely will. So, when we were young, we always used to hear about, because we didn't have too many Garo friends or students, but I did have. I'll tell you of this girl whom I really got along at college, and we again met in Bombay. Then she went to London. She was extremely smart. She was like always a position holder and all that. And I could never, and she was a lot of fun again, So we always used to think of West Garo Hills because of Tura, right? I mean, Tura was there. So what is there that is more than Tura, more than Wangala? I mean, that we need to know as Khasi Jaintia people, that we don't know much about you guys.
Beyond Tura, beyond Wangala.
What, like from tourism point of view?
From the
maybe,
tourism point of view.
Yeah.
Actually, the touristic places are all very spread out. And as of now, although some places might see some development, but some places are not, the roads are not quite developed yet. It's getting there, but it's still under the process. There's Wari Chora, there is, what is that?
Nokrek.
Nokrek, Balpakram, all that. But there's also again in Tura, there's, what's the name of the Chandi Shila?
If we have to say about Khasi Hills,
There's
there's a lot more.
many places, many touristy places. I wish the connectivity was better.
Okay. And do you see like signs of, bridges being made then to get there?
I think so. Well, I haven't been in that side in many years now, but I hope
You're from
so.
Shillong, right? You're from Shillong. So, how was life in Shillong as a Garo?
It was fun. It was fun because I grew up in a very mixed community. It was just not just Garos. I had a lot of Khasi friends, a lot of Bengali friends, a lot of Nepali, Assamese friends. The best part is you tend to pick up their language, right? So that was the most interesting part for me. You learn about their culture, what they like to eat. You learn about their traditions, and we see a lot of these cultural performances in school too. Like the Assamese girls would perform bihu, right? So there's a lot of exposure there to different cultures. That's always been fun.
Okay.
I cherish those memories a lot.
Did that make your life in Delhi easier?
Yes, I would definitely say so. Yes, it has. You grow up to be very receptive to other people's cultures. So settling here was very easy compared to maybe those who have always stuck with their communities. I think it was very easy for me.
And Marshall, what is your story? I've always wanted to, whenever I look at you, doing this and that, like, did you were not born in Shillong and like, yeah.
I was born in Tura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tura again, right?
Yeah, we are from Tura. Me and Richard are both from Tura.
And Tura, the word has a root. Like, what does Tura mean?
Well, actually, it was called Durama.
Durama.
Right.
Dura.
Durama.
Durama. Also, now that I remember learning that Garos have Tibetan roots. Is that true?
Well, the book says, and if
It's
culturally
bookish knowledge, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we only know it through books and or like.
That you guys crossed the Brahmaputra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the SEAM is also making an initiative to trace back the roots of the Khasi and the Garos. It's very recent, but I think we'll get a concrete answer to that very soon.
Yeah, with the DNA and all
Yes. I don't know. Maybe.
DNA taking is a very expensive thing, right? I mean,
It
I don't know
is.
how it's going to happen to the entire state of people. Yeah. But maybe with this government, it's going to be possible, yeah. What do you think you guys are made of? Like, if they did a DNA and all that. Marshall, what do you think you're made of? Like, it could be a combination, right?
Mongolian.
Half Japanese maybe. Just kidding.
He wants to be half Japanese.
I think he has that. He used to have hair.
Yeah, long hair.
Long hair.
All
Did you see that phase?
And I'm like, the curtain.
Everyone
let's
says
see.
that, like, after, trimming my hair, like, wow, like, we can see his real face now.
Yeah. So you would want to be half Japanese?
Yeah, for sure.
You have to look like one, bro.
I can adapt to it.
You do look like. You have a name though. You
What
have a
about
name.
I have a
Saku.
name,
Saku.
Saku. My second name is
Yeah,
Saku.
so
Oh yes,
Yes.
yes.
sounds so Japanese.
Richard, what about you? Like, what are the results you want to come out from the
I haven't
DNA
thought
test?
about that.
Huh?
So it's like.
Be careful again.
So I haven't thought about that. It's just a question like you. So if I had to answer that, I really don't know.
No?
I think I'm good being Garo.
Like I told you.
I want to be a pure Garo.
Paulina, what about you? It's so interesting, right?
I'm good with being Tibetan. I'm good with being anything under the
Okay.
sun. I take pride in my Garo lineage as well.
That's
so
great, yeah.
you know, as long as I have that intact in me, I'm okay with being from anywhere. It's okay if I have a mix of this and that, or a mix of that. It's okay.
This is a question for all of you. What is your signature approach to musical training as such, you know?
For me, I don't have like formal training in music. It's just for me, it's like years of listening to music. And I grew up in a family where music is always playing.
Okay.
It's like before going to work, after coming from work, and before going to school with the, that cassette used to be there back then. There's like always music in the house. And then plus I heard, but unfortunately didn't get to see my grandfather. But it seems like he has gifted like music instruments for all the sons and daughters, no? And then my mom has this like small compact Casio keyboard from the 80s and 90s, no? So like mom, like she doesn't like play professionally, like just like casually. So I used to like listen to it, and then from it I drew the like my love for music starts from there. Yeah. And then like I have my cousins that are elder to me, so they are into this rock music, so I always learn to play guitar, no? So I'll always like stay over at their place and then always trying to learn, no? See whatever they're doing, like performing, seeing their performance and all. So like I'll ask them like, how can I become a better, like good guitar player? They'll be like, you have to practice 6-7 hours a day. Like, wow, that's not possible for me. Like, like, because when
Did
you're
you just
small,
say 6-7 or they did practice 6
they
7?
practice.
Oh.
Like they literally practice for that many hours. Yeah.
I thought they were just trying to pretend 6-7 hours a day.
But then it's not about 6-7 hours. It is like if you're consistent, if you are doing it like every day for like 2 hours, 1 hour also is fine. So like you learn it. I mean, you can become a good, player. So for me, it's always about like listening, and then like I am not very technical player. I can't play all this complex stuff. For me, it's all about like playing with emotions and all that. No? For me, it's always ears for me. At least, yeah. I don't know about others though.
And also because you're a quiet person, you probably you're a listener. I've noticed that.
You think I'm a listener?
And Paulina,
So I think I owe it to my musical training, but the way I train is very structured. I follow the structure, right? Okay, so if I wake up, I'm going to warm up, and then if I have something to do, like a performance or anything, I'm going to start with the basics. So that's what I do. But you certainly do have days where you don't feel like practicing anything. So in those days, it's important to tell yourself that even if it's 5 minutes of my day, I'm still going to do it and get it done with. So that's the approach I take, and I set some aims for myself. Supposing I need to work on riffs or runs, I'm going to devote at least like a week or two to improve on that. And then once I see an improvement, you tend to get bored. I switch to the next one, and then I come back maybe to the riffs, runs, belting, all those techniques. That's my approach.
that's an English major talking about music. Yeah, that was so smooth, Yeah. And Richard,
Well, like how would I put it? It's like I had a formal training, of course, but prior to that, even I was like had a family where my brothers were musicians, and yeah, they were in a band, and they have kind of inspired me, like starting off. And they used to have that CD, like how you say it, that
Cassette, yeah.
written at some collections or that it was a mixtape kind of thing. I used to just secretly put it like like I just steal it maybe and just try to listen those things. And I saw those hair spikes and all that, those funk.
Oh.
And I was
which
like,
which phase is this?
like it was those
2000, early
1990s. But we started,
90s.
but we listened it during the 2010s, you know.
Okay, you were inspired by 90s punk.
Exactly.
Basically, okay.
So it was passed down from my brothers. So it's like
Yeah.
It just started to copy all those things. You know, it was weird. We didn't have that kind of a like thing going on in Tura, but just and later on the music thing just kept evolving, and I met good friends like himself. Like one of them is he, and during this college things, like I used to see them playing, of course. Like he got inspired from his brothers. I got inspired from people like okay. They used to play a lot better than me. And I was,
He played better than you.
of course, yes.
Yeah,
That
oh
is
my
no
God.
brainer. So I wanted to just learn like from him and other musicians. Of course, there was like a lot of musicians, and like they took me in, maybe like tried to jam in with me. I don't know what there was like in me that they liked, but yeah, somehow like I got into music like through a lot of good musicians. Then my practice is just normal, so I just draw some inspirations whenever I want, and then I just go for it until I'm done with that thing, whichever I want to complete. I'll just go and just finish it overnight.
But do you get a chance to practice together, to train together as a band?
yeah, we always do. We have a jamming session. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll do our homework, our parts, and then we'll come and then we'll
Exhibit.
execute.
Yeah.
And
That part that we always have been, you know, friends like since when, and we know each other like the way we.
like it's just intuition, you know.
Yeah,
you don't need
the
you don't need to
instinct we
teach
have.
him anymore. You don't need to say this should be on that, you know, chord.
And that's why it's important to get along, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you guys have fights sometimes? You know?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Like,
Sometimes.
Did you guys fight on the way here? Like,
No, not really. Not that kind
like
of
in
a
the
fight
taxi,
though.
like, you know?
Yeah. Oh, be talkative. Be talkative.
it's like sometimes, you know, there's a miscommunication or something like that. Like you just someone has to be there to, you know.
But
like,
we'll correct it eventually, like in just a minute or, you know.
Yeah,
that we
like in
just,
a minute.
Yeah, it's
My
like
God,
that.
Richard, you're just so sweet, yeah. Really, you know. Yeah, but I think tribal people are so much simpler, no? Don't you think so? Like sometimes I think that we're this simple, that's why it becomes difficult to stay in Delhi. Delhi is a city of extremes, right? How do you cope with that?
It's definitely a change of gears when it comes to the hustle of Delhi versus the laid back, peaceful life back home. So Delhi challenges you a lot, and it's you have to keep up whether you like it or not with the Delhi hustle, the culture. But I think I like the energy personally. I'm like, okay, like a yes, I like that fast-paced life, right? I also love doing things. I'm an extrovert, right? And I enjoy just being out there and just doing what I like to do. So this place, I like this place. I like staying here. That's just me.
Same way, because I'm a very lazy person. Everyone knows that. So it pushed me, you know, like to be a more hardworking.
No, you're a listener, always. Just tell people I'm a listener. Use that license, you know.
Okay.
Sit
From
back.
now on,
I'm just giving you a license to just listen.
Listen, yeah.
But then there's time when we had to listen to him actually.
You have to listen to him when
Yeah.
he's angry. He gets angry? Oh my
Not
God.
angry, but he has that way of, you know, when he knows certain stuff and we are not understanding it, then you have to
He
hear him
can be
out.
assertive at times.
Yeah?
Yes.
Which is really a great thing, no?
Yes.
So what happens when, when you go from this fast life to Shillong for a vacation? What happens to you?
Relax
Paulina?
mode.
Relax
I'm
mode.
always in relax
You don't
mode.
miss Delhi when you're there.
I don't miss the air, at least. The air. And I sometimes from time to time I miss the normal galda natok or the wakomanda, the traditional
food,
curries.
food,
The food, I
yeah.
sometimes miss the food. So I'm like, let's just, indulge. Without thinking about the calories, let's just indulge on that few days that I'm back home.
And where in Shillong do you live?
I live in the Kandailat area.
Lailad.
Like Kandailat,
Oh, Kandailat. Oh my God. I'm
the
so
heart of the
jealous.
city.
It's a Safdarjung
Safdarjung of yes.
Shillong, right?
Yes, true.
Meena. Wow, yaar, I'm so jealous. Yeah. So you don't need to take cabs.
No, not at all. I can just walk just 5 minutes
Yeah.
away from my place.
Yeah. That's nice. What's your favorite adda in Police Bazaar?
Favorite adda? I think there's this cafe. I don't remember the name exactly. It's just in that EC hotel. It's just above that. I forgot that. I forgot the name.
Even EC Hotel, the cafe itself is very
yes,
nice,
yes,
right?
yes, that's true, that's
yeah.
true,
And they
yes.
have the evening club.
The evening
The
club.
evening club, okay. A lot of performances happen there also, yeah.
It's just natural for us to make our adda over there.
Richard, do you go back to Shillong or you go back to the Garo Hills?
Garo
when you go
Hills.
back?
Garo Hills.
The Garo Hills, both of you, right? How is it different there? You know, like the vibe and everything, Tura versus Shillong. How is it?
So that way it's more communal, like no,
Like the community, we have a sense of
like
like a lot, but connections we have, and it's like a small town where we all know each other. We can just see pass through a road and we'll know that certain person is
Yeah.
that and her that, and
Wow, that's risky
yeah,
also,
yeah,
no?
yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like you have to be safe. Like you cannot do anything like wrong.
it's insecure.
You just circulate.
It's like
Yeah. So it becomes that way. It becomes easier for you to come to Delhi. You have your life. You get your life back, right? Yeah. I love Delhi too, but yeah, like you said, the air in winter gets really bad. Now it's great. You know, you see
Now
blue
it's great.
skies.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. That day I was like, how can you compare? How can you not tell this could be a Shillong sky? I was telling my daughter, they love Shillong, right? It's so clean and all that. You know, the Garo matrilineal system, right? How is it different from the Khasi one or the Jaintia one?
I think since we're all matrilineal, the flavor might be different. So I'm not sure about the Khasi or the Jaintia matrilineal society, but in our Garo culture, right? So I think you guys have the kaddu, the system of the
Yeah,
kaddu,
the
where the
youngest
youngest
daughter,
inherits,
yeah.
right? But that's
Yeah.
an automatic heir, I think, and custodian of the house. Whereas in Garo culture, the parents can choose who can be the heir or the custodian. So it doesn't usually have to be the youngest, but it's more about the selection of who can best take care of the parents. Yeah, and I
And
think
it's just among the daughters? Or?
among the daughters.
No, actually, traditional wise, it's not the boys who inherit because it's about the lineage, the mother's lineage. So the next sister of the mother or her daughter will be the one who will inherit that.
Oh, if you have all
because
boys
we'll
in the
have to
house.
maintain the lineage to preserve the mother's name and
The clan, yeah, the machong.
the machong.
So what happens is that in your culture, if I can guess, if you have all boys, then you don't get any of that. You don't get to inherit any of
like
that.
us, we
Take an
are
example
all
from
boys.
Saku.
So you don't get to inherit anything.
No, we call it Buhari. No,
So usually the men go to the wife's house, but in their case, since they're all boys, the girl will come.
Okay, so you
Yes.
can change.
Yes.
It's flexible.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, like traditionally it was not that. But now in the modern society, we can do that. Bring the like spouse to his parents. I mean, and then just stay like that. But we had to maintain the lineage, right? So his mother would have chosen her sister's daughter, any closest sister's next sister, and then would make her inherit the thing, nah?
The property would go to the aunt's daughter.
The aunt's daughter.
Yes, to carry
It's
the
like
lineage.
she'll have to maybe maintain the.
But there's potential conflict in that also, right?
Could be.
Well, I think like it depends on all the decision, like because if the boy or the girl cannot take care of the mother, like she said, and our male relatives like mama or uncles or anyone, they can decide on that. So even though we go to a girl's house, like as a matrilineal society, our core responsibility is to maintain our mother's lineage. So we'll come and settle it, like any dispute. So they'll have to actually hear out like whatever we have to decide together.
Okay.
That also brings us to the responsibility of the mama. So I think in Khasis, you also have a maternal uncle who you really respect, right? I don't know how it goes for you, but in our Garo system, the Garo Cha or the mama holds a huge responsibility. So if there's, supposing, say, a marriage, he is the official speaker and the mediator. So he'll be the one who will negotiate the union and ensure that the traditions and the customs of the Machong, like the mother's clan, are respected. And if there's any dispute, like we said, he's the voice of reason. And he'll be the peacemaker and he will decide. So there's no decision that will go on in the family without his consent or without discussing with him. So he holds a very, very big
He plays a
responsibility.
big role.
Yes.
And it's still happening.
Yes.
Okay.
So he can still be an important head of the house, but these decisions will always go to the Tra, the mama, maternal uncle. Yes.
How has your Garo history and culture influenced your musical life?
Basically, like we have grown, like we grew actually listening to a lot of different music, of course, and one of them is like folk music. It was like around like everywhere you go, any cultural events or maybe some gatherings, there'll be some Hamilton or some kind of Johas playing.
Yeah.
So those are like our way of like getting started like with this kind of music. Of course, folk is something we are not taught. Okay, like traditionally we are all like got raised listening to a lot of Western
song.
musics, yeah,
Western
rock songs.
music, okay,
But then it
okay.
was our own intuition and maybe
Your interest.
interest that got us into folk, and we started our own research like ourselves, like going to different places like Gondengre or maybe Sadolpara. There's like what do you call
Those
that?
few remote villages.
Songsarek village.
Where
They still practice animism and all that. So we'll just study and try to talk with them and understand them. That way we'll know the actual way they preserve all this thing, and we also like try to learn it from them.
And they also have their folk traditional instruments also, right? Which I think you guys have got with you.
We have one.
As
That
of
one
now-
That is
particularly is not our traditional. It's Khasi traditional
Duitara.
Duitara.
You know the one that you got for me when I had to go for that. You didn't get that.
I don't have it at home.
Okay, Duitara, yeah. You can. So who plays? Who plays that instrument?
This
You
time
you
I'll
actually
just-
play?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll try
Multi-talent.
actually.
Have you guys encountered or experienced some sort of racism? Staying in Delhi.
Racism is everywhere. If you go to Northeast, mainland, like it's everywhere. And then like
I mean, you're saying that when you go to the Northeast also you face?
like the other people, if they go there.
Okay, you're talking about the non-tribal people going
Going
to the
to
Northeast
Northeast, they'll-
and they face that racism that you guys face here, right?
It's kind
like
of a global issue, I think.
Yeah.
There's a sense of otherness coming
Yeah.
from the Northeast, right? So it's not particularly any incident, but it's just you might feel different in certain spaces you go to. But then again, it's all about learning how to navigate that with a sense of, self-assurance, I guess. And trying to maybe make an effort to actually learn the language or, just integrate properly. I think that's important.
Like, I don't get offended when people ask me now. Now I'm aware of that question very well, that are you from Nepal? I get that question also. I think they're trying to know me better. I don't take it as offense anymore. So when I see on Reels also someone saying, are you from Nepal? They should not be offended all the time. Probably sometimes the other side is trying to know you then. Are you from Nepal? Could be a genuine question. No, I'm not. Oh, really? You're from not. Tell me more about you then. That could be the progression in a conversation.
That's the way we can handle it properly.
Yes.
Like rather than taking it as a racism, and maybe they'll communicate more better like that, and they'll understand like our culture, whatever. And also like sometimes even if I had to get that kind of a comment, I wouldn't give any like thing like.
You don't react.
I don't react because that is exactly what they want. So if we react, they're winning actually. I don't want them to win. So I'll just do that.
That was the first non-diplomatic answer.
Diplomatic answer. You got him.
Like recent even that viral thing going on about the Northeast is a fine shit or whatever. Like
Which
that
one?
was like
Oh, the
actually
shit-
one of our
shit
friends.
people.
That
Yeah.
3 Arunachali girls in Malviya Nagar. They went through that racist.
That was bad. Yeah. Because she was calling them shit people. But we are shit people. We Khasi are shit people. Because shit means hot, no?
Yeah, exactly. So like the internet handled it very well actually. Like the comeback by the Gen Zs, you know, with that real like
Yeah.
Northeast is a fine shit, showing the traditional wear
Oh,
and all
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah.
like a good comeback.
That that was good, right? So, Marshall, would you be happy if someone told you, "Are you from Japan?"
You'd be happy.
Would you be? Yeah. What about Richard? What do people
Like
think of you to be? Because you do. We cannot. I can't place you. Like you could be from anywhere.
Nepali.
I
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For me, it's always like Manipuri.
Yeah? Okay.
They're like Maite Manipuri.
Like even like I had one incident that there was a older guy, and very old actually. Like he was trying to move two suitcases and trying to move, and he was like trying to call me in Nepali and trying to make me carry it because he thought I was like one of their own. But I didn't say any word. I just carried it, put it
Yeah?
in the car, and
Oh
then
my God! You did that for him.
yeah. But then he thought I was Nepali. I was like one of his own, like, and he wanted me to help him.
That's the stigma they have. Even me, when I go to H&M, no, the people would come and tell me, "Do you have this? Do you have that?" And I, like you, Richard, I tell them, "No, ma'am, I don't think so. I think, can you just wait here? I'll go and check." I do that. I don't get offended anymore. And that's the secret. You don't get offended. You've got your piece. Great, right? What about
Zen. My God.
you?
I
What
would
about
love to
Paulina?
embody that. So,
I do get, even my daughter, my daughter was like, "Mama, you didn't react." Like, why should I? You know? Yeah.
I also don't get offended. I get asked, "Where are you from? Are you from Nepal?" That, I mean, it's always there. But then again, I'm like, it's a good way. It's a good opportunity for me to spread awareness. I'm from Meghalaya. It's in the northeast. We have this, we have that. So it's a natural way of conversating with people and just bringing awareness. I think I take that as a opportunity to spread awareness. That's all I. Yeah.
And right now, apparently, the Northeast is, a hot spot for fashion and food and all that, right? And how long do you think this is going to last?
I think it's gonna last forever. Like as long as like there's like people, you know. I'm not saying like it should end. I don't want it to.
You don't want to end, right?
Exactly.
I think as of now, what the CM has done is he has put us on a global map with these international festivals. We have the Shillong Cherry Blossom Festival, we have the Megong Festival. Those are now international brands. And we have acts like Jason Derulo, The Script, Akon performing in those stages. So that's more like us being known as the concert capital of India. So this concert tourism has actually fed into that tourism of Meghalaya and music, and it's also creating local, jobs for the local youth. So I think it'll keep going. As long as we have that support from the government, I think it'll keep growing.
Yeah, I keep going to these melas, and that's how I got these things also. The melas here, and that's how you get to know that, wow, the farmers are getting opportunities, We are in a very good place, I think, as a state, right? And we are, the government is making sure that we are getting to a bright place where we are considered a developed part of India. Guys, is there anything else you want to share with our audience?
Yes, before that, we have something for you. It's a painting of Wangala Tura, a touristic spot in South Garo Hills.
Nice. Wow. Thank you so much.
It'll look good in your studio.
Yeah. What is the story? It's so nice. It looks like a touristy place.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a touristic spot. You can see the blue waters, the very
Very
photogenic
nice.
sunshine, and there's that kayak going in.
Okay.
Basically, they have this kayak tourist way of like exploring this place, okay? And it's like very well known and like a lot of different, places. Like it's one of them, like actually, like,
Okay.
sought after places for tourists.
Very nice. This is really nice. It's our first gift. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having us.
And now it's time for that musical performance that you guys
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Cool.
Yes. Sanong toki masagi ando ga owama plak tup jadring arangem Re ang bati sukba pula dongja askirang bare rama plakan tom grega ka syndrome wani atamoa gelsak ni toret grega kusini sanggapa Salgina sakap santing suwa Gechap tang se kepok ni toa Gisek ra ata angko Gecham sarangko Apsan jen manuko Roako Sagina sakap santing suwa Kecap tang se kepok ni tawa Gisek ra ata angko Gecam sarangko Apsan jen manuko Roako Sokata ang mikha tongop laknan Jajong ni ting agata Nam gepasalam ko Kusin gapa ang mekangusurin Tok takang ni gisiko Iya Christmas walo Remet koniku ba Biba remet paloba Naaang ni samba o Apsan haong samen Iman na Jana tangkaman ako Atang sokon buktang mo Jaktang nang naong no sa Fusiyong bat ni Jem Iman na Sarawal tem soa o kata metik pingkang o nang ni mula soa si bojok ne apare bagin bane antini ko chaani naknara bagin bane awere awe awe.
Oh my god. That was so good. Thank you. So that was, I know nothing about, I mean, not so much about music, but was that like a sad song or?
Well, kind of, yes. So this song has it that it's an anonymous writer. This particular folk song, we don't know who actually wrote it, but people had it that whoever like knows about this song, whoever has sung, has told that this was written in Burma by one of like war veteran or someone, like while he was missing his home, and you know the song is about wanting to have food that his wife, you know, have cooked, and maybe if he could give the wage, the daily wage that he's getting, and maybe you know to her hand actually, like not by sending but at.
Oh, that's so. It was really a beauty, yeah. And both of you are like just really nicely supporting Paulina, no? Guys, I had an amazing time. I don't know, you guys had a great time, right?
Likewise,
We had a
we
great
did.
time.
We
Very
did.
much.
Thank you so much for
Thank you
having
so
us.
much.
you, really.
And when do I get to see a gig soon?
We're performing at Bikaner House, and it's for the Shillong
Literary
Shillong
Fest.
Literary
The
Festival.
Lit Fest.
Yeah.
The Lit Fest, right? So I'm going to miss you. I'm going to be there on the 10th. I have a session there, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you should
Thanks
come again
to-
on the 11th just to watch us perform.
Yes. I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. It was so much fun, yeah.
Likewise, we had fun too.